I just wanted to talk about warm-up routines, since my warm-up routine has changed slightly the last couple of months, I think, because I used to warm up with some of the simpler songs that I know, but lately I have been more wanting to just warm up with simple, not in any key sort of exercises. I don't know, yeah, the purposes for my warm-up routine patterns is not that they are supposed to be in any key, and they are not supposed to have any technical development focus. So the guitar that I'm using is a Schecter Sinister Gates Special. It has 6 strings and it's locked in drop D, but the number of strings and the tuning is not important for this warm-up specific routine. And yeah, let's just get started. So my warm-up routine is pretty much divided into a few stages, and the first stage is just when I pick up the guitar and I want to play. I play this random sort of little not any key sequence or so. That's a lot of hammer-on and pull-off, and for the sake of keeping this video short, I'm playing it somewhat faster, but when I start to warm up, I play it slower and sort of build the speed, because the purpose of warming up is not to play the most technical or difficult or sort of hardcore stuff. First is sort of to start slow and build your way up, but for the sake of shortness, I'm going to play it somewhat fast. So that's sort of the first stage, and I tend to start on the 5th fret, which I did now. But you can move it around anywhere. And you can start pick all the notes if you wanted to, but I usually don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's sort of on my daily mood or so. So the second sequence that comes after this sort of 2 notes per string thing is that I move on to 4 notes per string. And when I have 4 notes per string, I tend to pick all the notes. So this is what 4 notes per string looks like. And I still am starting on the 5th fret, but again, you can move it around anywhere. So after the second sequence, I have then played a first sequence with 2 notes, a second sequence with 4 notes, and the third sequence is with 3 notes. And the reason why this is the last one is because when you have 2 notes, you are just using 2 of your fingers, and when you have 4 notes, you are using all of your fingers. But when you have 3 notes, you can sort of make combinations, and when you, let's say you have 5th fret, 6th fret and 8th fret, you're then using your point finger, your middle finger, I'm sorry, you're then using your point finger, your middle finger and your pinky, which is probably the easier of the 2 combinations, I think. So this is what that sounds like. And when you come down again or so, I like to use the point finger, the ring finger and the pinky, and this is a more of a coordination thing, I think, because like in your muscles in your hand, these 2 here are quite awkwardly connected, so this to sort of separate the movement in your ring finger and your pinky is actually quite challenging for your brain or so. More than splitting these 2 is challenging to split these 2. So this is probably the most tedious thing about my warm-up routine, I think. So this is what it sounds like. much slower because I need to slow it down to get it right, because this is a tedious one. So yeah, that's the one, sort of, yeah. So as a little sort of round up thing or so, I like to incorporate some tapping just to sort of round all these warm-up exercises off. And then I tend to play, I tap on the 12th fret of any string, 12th fret of any string. And the pattern in the left hand or your fret hand is also the same. It's 3, 5 and 7 in most cases, just to show one of the things. You can combine any note you want, but this is just to show the principle of the whole thing. So it's so fun to play. And the thing that I play is I skip the strings and move back as I have in. Oh, it's not the same. So the thing that happens, which makes it sound so acid really, is that you skip the string and then you move back a string. So if you start with your lowest string, in my case that's a low D string, then you start from that, and then you play your high D string, so you move over the A string, and then you play the A string, and then you move over the high D string, so you move to the G string. So, and it just sounds so cool, and you continue that way, and I think it sounds really cool. I think it sounds so cool, and it really reminds me, if you have ever take a guitar slide and just randomly like put it in this area here, it sounds so computerisk. But I can find a slide. Just hold on. So you take the guitar slide and you just have it here. It sounds so cool. It sounds so like 80s science fiction-ish. And I think it sounds really, really cool, and I really, really like it. And this tapping thing reminds me of it, especially the higher ones. And I think it's so much fun. So yeah, so I had a lot of fun explaining my warm-up routine. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And if you want to see a sort of full warm-up routine filmed in real time, sort of get ready with me kind of video, just let me know. That would probably be a little bit of a long video, and I'm not sure if this is a long video even, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll